Hello and welcome back. Thank you for joining me again. I'm glad you could. Today I want to talk about uh, 10 rules of cosplay, disabled or not. The first one should be really quite obvious, really. Kind of a duh, you know? It's deodorant. Use deodorant. Have plenty of deodorant. When you're in a building with thousands upon thousands upon thousands of fellow cosplayers, other people in general, you don't want to smell like you just came from a dumpster. You want to let's say, be enticing, meaning you want to smell nice. If your cosplay looks nice, it should smell nice. I know that sounds kind of weird, but they won't want to be around you if you smell kind of off, to put it lightly, nicely. Well, before I go on, it goes other ways too. You wouldn't want to be around others that don't entirely smell the best either. So it's kind of a respect type thing. If you smell good, they'll want to be around you. If they smell good, you'll want to be around them. That's not just for cosplay, that's actually a life lesson. Number 2, photos and video. This is more of a permission type thing. Hey, can I take a picture of you? Things like that. Hey, can I take a photo of you, or a photo of you doing this, posing? Or can I take a video of you guys doing a battle, if that's what you're into? Things like that. You want to have permission and ask permission if you're the fan. It's kind of rude to just go up there and just start snapping pictures like paparazzi to celebrities. They don't like it. Pretty sure you wouldn't like it if they just randomly come up to you and just started clicking and clicking. So the biggest thing is permission. As a cosplayer with others, say, hey, can I get a picture with you? Just by coming and asking, most all of them will not say no. Now, there may be some exceptions, like if one just sat down because they were involved in something else over here and they're tired, they may say something like, not right now, I'm resting, or not quite yet. And that's fine. Respect that too. That goes a long way. Respect. Another one is kind of going along the same lines as photos and video asking permission. This one's about not just running up to a character that you absolutely adore and just giving them a big old giant hug. That's really kind of creepy. You don't want to do that. You want to say, I'm a big fan of yours, can I give you a hug? And things like that. Still might sound a little creepy, but again, it goes a long way with the respect thing if you ask them first. I have been a fan of yours my entire life. Can I give you a hug? And most of the time, they won't say no. Yeah, sure, come here. And that's just fine. Respect. Mostly, I'm thinking this video is going to be about respect. The 10 rules of cosplay, disabled or not, with respect attached to it. Always remember that. Respect others. This one, yeah, this one's kind of funny. I don't do this myself, but others might. Don't be stupid. I don't see how, I haven't anyway yet, seen how anyone could be drinking alcohol while they're doing cosplay and getting drunk and just waving around their prop weapons and tarnishing their character. Don't be stupid. Don't say anything or do anything, like I was talking about, that would tarnish the character that you are playing. If you're playing a character that's all kinds of respectful and kind of high class, high quality, the character wouldn't do that. Neither should you as the character you're playing. Don't be stupid, be smart, be polite, be respectful. And also going along with don't be stupid, when there are people, cosplayers around, and one turns to another and they start to do a battle in the middle of everything, don't be stupid and stand right next to them. Give them room. They're putting on a show, an impromptu show for everyone there at the convention or party or what have you. Don't be stupid. This other one has to do with the props the cosplayer has. If someone puts down one of their props to, like, say, go to the bathroom or something like that, or if one just randomly is walking by and they had just happened to drop it, your instinct would be to help them and grab it for them. That, while good, runs the chance of it accidentally breaking if you happen to pick it up, and that may cause the cosplayer to get mad at you. You're just trying to help, which again is the respectful thing to do. But remember, you may accidentally break something on the certain prop. So I don't necessarily want to say leave it alone, because sometimes if a cosplayer is just walking by and they happen to drop something and they don't notice they do, say, hey, you dropped this, and just, point at it. Hey, you dropped something. Oh, really? Oh, there, okay. Thank you. Things like that. Okay? Respect, politeness. That's all good. I love all these. These are good stuff. This one, I believe I talked about this before, but it bears repeating because it's just a good thing to know. It says, play nice. Now, what I mean by that is the conventions or the parties are open to everyone, anyone. So it's probably not a good idea to, when you see someone dressed up, don't make fun of them. Don't harass them. Be respectful. They put a lot of effort and thought and time into those costumes, into those cosplays. So, even if you may not agree with what it looks like or what they did to it, don't bring it up. If you happen to come across one, say, hey, that looks good, and just keep on going. Or if you absolutely are not a fan, just look and just keep on going. That might sound a little mean or rude, but if you can't think of anything good to say about it, then just don't say anything at all. If you notice it, that's fine, but keep it to yourself. They do not want to be harassed, nor would you want to be harassed by others, I assume. I would hope. So, it goes both ways. Respect. Respect others, they'll respect you. Now this one is interesting too. Large costumes. Costumes that may either take up half of the hallway, or I've actually seen one that took up an entire hallway. When it's parked off to the side of the building inside, it took up a whole entire giant wall. I've seen that before. So, with something as big as that, I'm not entirely sure it could move at all, or if it could, should it? I mean, if it can, great. Just with the large costumes, you want to make sure people know, people pay attention, and get out of your way, and vice versa. You wouldn't want to just ram through the hallway and just run into people. Get out of the way, get out of the way, get out of the way. No. No. You want to be respectful. You want to be, if they don't notice you, just say, coming through, excuse me, things like that. I know a bunch of these sound like common knowledge, but common sense, but sometimes people just don't pay attention. So you've got to watch out just as much as others should watch out for you. If you're doing a giant costume. I've done some pretty big ones, but nowhere near as big as others that I've seen. Just be respectful of people around you. Okay? Good? Alright. And I kind of touched on this one a little bit too earlier. But this one is, don't creep. Now what I mean by that is, don't monopolize the guest artist's time. If it's a cosplayer you see over there and you're just pacing back and forth just staring at them, you don't want to do that. If it's an artist alley and you're a fan of someone's art, you don't want to just pace back and forth in front of their booth. That's really, really, really creepy. Don't creep. Other examples are, yes. Again, this goes back to permission. Don't just come up and touch things. Like if you're in the artist's alley or things like that I was just saying. Don't just go up and touch everything like a little child. They want to go up and just touch everything and feel everything. Have respect for all of that. You can admire things, you can look at them. You can even ask the artists questions even. Hey, how'd you come up with that? Hey, how long did it take you to paint that? Hey, how long did it take you to build that? Things like that. And then listen to their answers. Don't just be like, yeah, that's good, yeah. Because that just says you don't really care. You just like to look at things. Which, that's not entirely wrong, but there's a difference between looking and leering and creeping. Don't be a creep. This one's kind of interesting too. Weapons. If the cosplay that you are doing, the character that you're doing, happens to be wielding a weapon, this kind of goes back to drinking and such while you're at a convention. You don't want to be just randomly flailing your weapon around. You may hit somebody, and that's not good. That's not fun. That's not nice. That's not being respectful. Now, I'm sorry if I'm kind of seeming like I'm yelling or being stern. I'm just giving you the rules of cosplay. So, if I do sound a little mean, I'm sorry. I'm just giving you some rules to follow. But that brings up an interesting point. If you are a disabled cosplayer and you happen to have pointy things, I guess, spikes and such on your costume, your cosplay, you don't want to again just go barreling through people. You may hurt somebody. You may injure someone else's cosplay. I know that sounds like an interesting way to put it, but yeah, you may tear something. You may pull something off that shouldn't be, and that's not good. So if you do have any kind of weapon of any sort, just be careful. Again, make sure there's plenty of room if you are taking like a sword and wielding it around. Be careful about your surroundings. Okay? Good. And this last one is really important too, because it gets hot. It gets really hot in certain cosplays that you might be doing. It gets really hot in buildings when there's thousands upon thousands of people crammed in like sardines. I know what I'm talking about. I've been there too. So remember to stay hydrated. Drink plenty of fluids, because you're walking around. You may be presenting your cosplay in a battle of some sort. You may be in a cosplay contest, doing a little show for people. You don't want to pass out in the middle of any of that. Stay hydrated. Have plenty of fluids. If you're hungry, eat. Have plenty of food. That'll give you the strength to go about your business. So stay hydrated. Don't get hungry. Make sure you're healthy. You don't want to go into a place like that if you have only had like 2 hours of sleep. You're gonna pass out every other minute because you're just way tired. So I know these sound kind of weird, but they're important. Have plenty of energy, meaning get plenty of sleep so you have that energy to go for the next day or 3. Have plenty of water or liquid. Sports drink, water, things like that. Stay hydrated. Don't get hungry, because that's going to mess with your head too. And you know what? I hope that helped. I hope I have given important, helpful, I guess, tips, If you have any questions, please leave them in the comments. I will get to them as best I can. If you like what I'm talking about, like this video, like I said, comment. And if you want to see more, subscribe to this channel, and I will get as many videos as I can up on here. Alright. I'm glad you could be here. I'm Corey, and this has been Wheels Warrior Cosplay. Thank you for watching.